Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've made just a regular video here, but I was just thinking about stuff. I was gonna do a live stream with Justice. We're having a great time here in the beautiful city of Portland, and with the girlfriend and everything, we're just having a great time, just having so much fun. We were like out on Alberta Street shopping and just having a fun time, and it was like so tiring though. It was kind of hot and stuff, but Justice made a morning blog and I just wanted to kind of share. Oh, I think I'm upside down. Am I upside down? Oh, I might fix it later because I'm reading the letters on the thing going like 1 minute upside down or whatever. But I wanted to let everybody know that the petition is officially down. I've really given it some thought, and talking to Justice, who also mentioned it in her morning blog, that I don't really think it's really gonna get any traction. I've talked to other people and they've also said kind of the same thing. They don't think that it's gonna really do much. And there's like a few reasons why. One of the reasons is that Maritza just doesn't have the big impact or influence that, just because we feel that she does, it doesn't mean that everybody else thinks that. And the majority of people I guess they just ignore Maritza these days because Maritza's bounced back and forth here, there. And, I also wanted to go on record saying that if I ever said anything against the trans community, I absolutely regret it, and if I did say anything, it was because I felt compelled to, being with the person I was with and struggling with the things I was dealing with, made me make foolish decisions and stuff. But I have no animosity against the trans community, and my ex would say, oh, but you used to fight against the trans community along with me. And I'm like, it wasn't my first choice, believe me, because when I first started out, I was not against anything. I was just living my life, and I honestly didn't even, I wasn't really even involved with, any kind of, what do you call it, Justice? Any kind of activist work or anything. I just never. Justice is like right over there. She's like right over there. Doing what? I don't know. Are you listening to something? I think she's on headphones.
Oh, sorry. Were you talking to me?
I just said.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I just said that you were here.
Oh.
That's all.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, Justice is here. So we're just vegging out in her RV, and we're just like having a good time, just hanging out. Later on, I'm gonna go visit my friend. She is starving for attention. She's like bedridden for like the next week, till Thursday. She is under strict doctor's orders not to get out of bed, so she just wants me to come over to brush her hair. I mean, poor thing. She just wants to get a little bit of makeup on her face, but I don't think they're gonna let her. So, but I just really wanted to say that the petition was done because, namely, the interview that Maritza had with David Arthur, also known as the Alphabet Man. And I don't know what it is about these people. I'm having a little conversation with Maritza right now about the fact that, they think that the blood of Jesus, if they're Christian, they believe that their whole past is like absolutely unimportant, to the whole scheme of life. But, I was trying to explain to Maritza that if you murdered somebody, maybe Jesus forgives you, I guess, if that's what you believe. But society doesn't forget. I know that Pope John Paul went to the prison and visited the guy that tried to kill him, but it doesn't mean that the guy didn't go to jail, okay? The guy went to jail and he was serving time because he did a crime against humanity. You know, he tried to kill somebody. So if you try to kill people, you know, you should be held accountable for that. And I know that people want to say, well, I'm under the blood of Jesus now, I'm saved, and, you know, God has forgiven me, and I therefore am a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things are new. And you know what? In eternity, if that's what you believe, then yeah, sure, you know, according to Bible doctrine, but according to, you know, doctrine here on planet Earth, where we are existing at this moment in this 3D dimensional reality that we live in called planet Earth, people have to be held accountable for running around infecting people with the HIV virus. You know, if David Arthur said that he wantonly and, you know, just decided that he was going to go ahead and infect people with a dangerous virus, infect men, and made it his mission, do you not think that a person like that should pay for what they did? I don't get it. You know, I mean, I think that this sliding scale with grace and forgiveness is like a little bit over the top, you know. If you've been a mean person, and you've, you know, even the story of Zacchaeus, you know, I was telling Maritza, the story of Zacchaeus, Jesus found him up in a tree, in a sycamore tree, and he called him down. He didn't call him out and didn't say, hey, you sinner. He just called him out of the tree, and he said, I want to go to your house to talk and have some food with you and to sit and talk to you. And then it was like Zacchaeus himself who decided, hey, you know what? I've done wrong things. I need to fix it. I need to go make restitution to the people that I ripped off. So it's like, it doesn't mean that you're not supposed to like make reparations for what you did. I mean, if what you did was wrong, you should be held accountable, you know? If you actually were responsible for the murder of a 14-year-old boy who later grew up to be a young man and didn't make it into his 20s, you should be held accountable. It's wrong. So I just feel that, you know, these people that want to throw their, you know, their past away and say that we're reminding them of how evil they used to be, and, you know, that now they're a new creation, and, you know, I get it. I understand, you know. I've heard every Bible story, all the cliche Christianese, all the stuff that there is to say. I know. I've been there. I really have. And I know the Bible verses to back it up, and all the things that people are going to say. You know, I'm crucified with Christ, therefore it's not I who live, but Christ that lives within me. You know, I mean, it's like Galatians 2:20, you know, you've got Romans 10:9 and 10, you've got all these scriptures, right? Okay? But the fact is that we live in a society where people actually get hurt. And like, you know, if you infect people with a virus, or if you break someone's leg, or if you shoot someone with a gun, I mean, you should be held accountable. So I don't understand why people think that they can get away with it. And I don't care if you're hiding underneath the cross of Jesus and you're saying that you're carrying your cross and stuff, and you know that Jesus puts it in the sin, the sea of forgetfulness, and you know it's as far as the east is from the west. Again, I know all the scriptures, okay? I know, I've been there. So don't tell me about, you know, cheap grace, because I already know that, you know, people use it as a tool to like just exonerate themselves from being awful human beings. And if you were an awful human being back then, don't blame the devil for it. You were just an awful human being. No one's like trying to, like, okay, no one has to tell me, Lynna, don't kill people. I mean, I know better. I don't kill people because I know better. I don't do it because I don't feel that it is the right thing to do. In my heart And I don't need Jesus to tell me this. It's just how I am as a human being. I don't believe I should hurt people like that, right? So I just think that, this over-the-top thinking that, people can just do whatever they want in the past and everything's forgiven, is just a little extreme. Just my opinion. And I wanted to say that, there's a lot of good people in the trans community. There's a lot of normal people in the trans community. There's a lot of, good hearts, and a lot of kind folks. And just painting everybody with one big swath of perverted, sin and evil and all this stuff, just, it just doesn't look good, because you can't use a broad brush on people. Everybody has their own, things that they're dealing with. They're all dealing with certain hang-ups. They're all dealing with a past. They're all dealing with something that they're, that they're having to work through in life. And who is to say, honestly, who's to say that these challenges that, people like Justice and I go through isn't meant to be for us to become the people that we're meant to be, because if it wasn't for the challenges that I've had as a trans woman growing up, in a Christian home, and then hearing the message of grace and love and everything, and then being demonstrated something different, and then working through that pain and that loss and that grief and that anger and that frustration and all the pain that goes along with being excommunicated or, just dismissed as a human being by a big chunk of people that I knew. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have compassion for other people, because I know that, I want to give people the compassion as the person that I am, growing up and understanding that I've been denied these things, by so many, that I would just want to give that to others, I understand the pain that people have, and losing things that are important to them, losing your children obviously is always a big thing for me, but, just losing a loved one, or, I see Justice's relationship, and it's just a beautiful relationship that she has, with her loved one, and I just think it's a beautiful thing. So I see that, and then I see other people and how they respond, and people making jokes like, oh yeah, trans is just like, oh, I'm a lollipop, I think I'm gonna, what is it that they say, Justice? I'm a dog now, or something stupid, right? About how, people are inanimate objects, or they're like animals and stuff, and I want to identify as one. That's not what this is all about. This is about something much deeper. And typically, it's something much, much more spiritual, and it's much more innate, and it's much more an issue that has stemmed from a very deep place in our lives. So I just want everybody that does that to understand that you're not helping anybody when you do that, when you call people out and say, gee, I want to identify as a hanger. I think I'm going to go put myself in a coat rack. It's like so stupid. It's like, what are we? Playground kids that we need to talk like little juveniles? So anyway, I just wanted to make this video just to share, certain things, that really are in my heart right now. And my concern is that the Christian community would be able to develop a more compassionate approach to those of us in the LGBTQ. It's not letting God burn them quickly. It's letting people be who they are, that's just wrong for someone to use the acronym LGBTQ as letting God burn them quickly. Who are they? And what kind of skeletons do they have in their closet that they're willing to just throw people that are already vulnerable, People that have been dismissed by their families, many, of them have. And to just throw them like that and to just hurt them like that, that is not the love of Christ. That is not the love of the Father. If you're going to believe in Christianity, believe in the message of Christianity, which is love thy neighbor as thyself. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. I mean, that's the 2 commandments. Above them, there is no other, If you obey those 2 according to your Christian beliefs, then all the other ones are fulfilled. So you don't have to hate on people. You don't have to, tell people they're going to hell. You don't have to make, statements towards people and put them in a place of like pain and sadness and judge them and tell them they're going to hell and that what awaits them is something that's bad and everything. It's like, people don't need to hear that. It's not necessary. So anyway, I'll be doing a live stream later with Justice. I think we're going to go to a park or something if the weather's decent. And I'm going to go visit my friend. She's in the hospital, and she is just going to be so excited to see me. She's like bored because it gets boring just sitting in the bedroom in the hospital bed, on bed rest and stuff. So maybe we'll play some games or something. I don't know. Maybe she could tell me some old stories because she's got some really fun stories. Well, anyway, you guys, thanks for listening to my little rant today, and I'll see you guys on another Lynna's Life. All right, bye.